Alrighty, hello everyone, it's Silver Kyle here, and this is my June 2013 update, and you haven't really seen a lot of me in the last month. I've just been so busy. I wouldn't say it's the busiest month I've ever had, because that would definitely be when I was in university, and at the end of the semester when you have all the essays due, and you're studying for exams, and then you're going to these exams, and I was working at the same time, yeah, those definitely take the cake. But last month, it's been a lot of mostly fun or entertaining busyness. I've been applying to different jobs, and I've been having to get prerequisites so that I could apply for these jobs. So it's like a fun time because I'm possibly starting a new career. There's a big thing. There's one of the main reasons why I've been so busy in the last month. But I'll save that for the end because it's a good story. And if you're just here for the video games and what I'm going to be doing with this channel, then I'll talk about that now and I'll talk about the story afterwards. So, the update. One of the two things that I want to continuously do for these updates is to, number one, review a game every month, and also beat a game every month. Now, Journey was the game that I wanted to review. Obviously, I did not do that review. So this month, June, I'm hoping to do this, and the thing is that I'm not going to pick a new game to either review or beat unless I beat those or review the game. During that month or whatever it is. So if I still don't have this, reviewed by next month, then it's once again going to be the game that I have to review. Hoping to do it this month, but not a guarantee, not a promise. Next is the game that I wanted to beat, and that was Fire Emblem Awakening. Also did not beat this because I was just so busy. I haven't really touched video games last month. The only video games that I have played are a little bit of Fire Emblem and playing Plants vs. Zombies on my Vita. I just had a craving for it and I was like, oh, I'll just buy this on the Vita. It's like 10 bucks and love it. But it's just, I haven't really had time to really, sit down and play for a few hours. It's just like half an hour here, half an hour there. So that's one of the main reasons. So once again, this month, I have a good chance of beating this. I don't have a good chance of reviewing Journey this month. I'm going to try to, but I have a very good chance to beat Fire Emblem because I'm in an RPG mode right now. I'm in an RPG mood. I guess mode works too, but I meant to say mood. And Fire Emblem is certainly satisfying that craving, so I'll probably beat it this month. Now, other things that I'm planning to do for this month are E3. E3 is right around the corner. It's almost here. And I'm actually very excited for E3. This year, it seems as though, okay, Xbox One reveal, yeah, it bombed, it failed. A few positives, but one of the biggest positives coming from that conference is that it means that E3, all about the games. They pretty much got rid of all the crap that you normally don't care for. TV, sports, yawn, all that kind of stuff. And that's really what the last few conferences from E3 from Microsoft have really felt. They're so boring. They're rarely ever talking about games. This time around though, they saved all their games for E3. So I'm really excited to see what they're going to be bringing to the table for that. Also, same thing with Sony. They showed off a few games during their PS4 conference, but not a lot. And I'm hoping that they have a lot in the bag, especially for the Vita too. I really want to see what they're bringing to the table for that. And finally, Nintendo, they're going to the Nintendo Direct route, which means they're staying away from having to talk to, the people that want to invest into their company, that the stockholders and all that. They're staying away from that jargon because they're just doing Nintendo Direct, which is games. So it's like E3 this year, I think, is finally going to be revolved around video games. And I can't wait to see this be true. I really hope it's true. So obviously I'm going to be talking about that, E3 coverage. I also want to, I'm thinking on Monday, the following Monday, what is the 10th, the day before E3 begins, because I think it's 11th to 13th. I would like to do a live stream, and I want to do it with my friend KNorth2 Kevin, and talk about the Xbox One and kind of talking about what we expect and want to see at E3. I think it would just be a cool way to, slowly phase ourselves into and get into the E3 mode a little bit better by doing a live stream, and I'm thinking around maybe 8 or 9 p.m. I still have to talk to him. Hey Kevin, does that sound good to you? 8 p.m. on Monday? Talk to me. If not, I'll do it solo. And what else did I want to talk about? I think it would just be cool to talk about the Xbox One, because then we could have like back and forth arguments and really look and dissect all the positives and the negatives from Xbox One, and what we were hoping that Microsoft will do at E3, and also what Nintendo and Sony are going to do. It would just be fun. What else do I want to do with this channel this month? That's pretty much it, other than a few what was I gonna say? There's going to be an unboxing of The Last of Us. There's going to be that, and other gaming news that will pop up. I'll cover that if it interests me. I wouldn't mind doing a Last of Us review, but I mean I have to do the Journey one first, so that probably won't happen right away. And news not really regarding this channel, but I'm thinking of starting another channel for movie reviews. I don't like it when I'm subscribed to somebody and they do something that I didn't subscribe for. Like when I subscribe to a video game channel, I only want to see video game content. I don't really want to see vlogs or movie reviews. That's not why I subscribe to that person. Sometimes I like having it if I really like the personality that they have their video game channel and their movie reviewing channel on separately, and then if I'm like really in the mood, if I really like their personality, I'll subscribe to both. So that's why I think I'm going to start a new channel for that. And it's you know, turn on the camera, talk for 5 minutes, turn off the camera. Very simple reviews, but it's because I've been seeing so many reviews in the last little while. It's almost like every week I go to the movies, so I might as well share my thoughts and opinions on movies, because I like doing that. And movies are a big part of my life, almost more than video games. I know a lot about movies, and it's always fun to buy Blu-rays and stuff, so I might have pickups in there as well. But I'll give you the details for that once I actually start the channel. And it could be as early as next week, but it could be as late as the end of the summer. But I'm just giving you all a heads up. That's pretty much it for the news. Also, my weight, I'll show you at the end of the video, before I do the beardage, whatever my weight is. And I don't know what it is, because I have not checked for an entire month. I don't think I gained that much, because I was so busy, I didn't really get, I still worked out, but I didn't stay strict to my diet, which is like eating every 2 hours, crazy amounts of food. Hopefully July, if I gain like half a pound, I'll be happy. But for July, hopefully, I'll be back on track by then. Now, further story of why I've been so busy. My girlfriend lives a few hours away from me, and so we've been traveling a lot. We try to see each other at least once a week, because we're at the beginning of the relationship. You know how it is. When it's at the beginning of the relationship, you just want to see each other as much as you possibly can. So obviously we're trying to see each other once a week, and that's, you know, a few hours driving. That takes up your time, because you drive there, you drive back, and it eats up your mileage on your vehicle and gas and all that kind of stuff. But it's worth it, very worth it. Now, I was driving up with my van. Yes, I drive a van. It's called the Browsemobile because it's been in my family for 11 years. It was my mother's, and then that's the vehicle that I learned to drive with first. My brother learned to drive with that first, and then in our series called The House of Browse, which was like an internet TV series, we would call it the Browsemobile because it would be in every freaking episode. It was like a character of its own almost. So it was known as the Browsemobile. I didn't care that, you know, my posse for the van was soccer moms. That's fine with me. I'm a 6'2" guy, and I loved the space and being high up. It worked perfectly. Anyway, so I'm driving up to go see my girlfriend, and about an hour has passed, and I've been driving, no problems. And then as I'm going up a hill, it's a very, you know, long hill, but it's not really very high on the incline. I start kind of feeling like resistance from the van. I'm like, oh, this is not good, because this is an 11-year-old van, and my mother has always been saying, just get a new car, get something else, just buy another used vehicle. I don't like that van. She hates the van. I loved it, and my brother loved it. Like everybody loved it other than my mother. Anyway, I'm driving up there, and I start feeling the resistance. As soon as I get to the top of the hill, I hear a and I see a little wisp of smoke come from the front of the vehicle. Like, ah, shit. I knew exactly she's gonna die. And as soon as I heard the pow, saw the smoke, I see that the vehicle is completely losing power. I'm talking about, it almost felt as if somebody had not slammed on the brakes, but started pressing on the brakes to slow the vehicle down. It slowed down so fast, and I lost so much control, not control, but power, that I barely had enough time to turn the wheel to get to the turn the wheels over so that I could get to the side of the road. Barely made it, and then just bleh, dead, completely dead. Could not restart it again. I get out of the vehicle. I call my dad, and I say, okay, this is what happened. What do you think it could be? We figured that because I lost power that fast, it's either the battery or the alternator. But the pow and the wisp of smoke, yeah, that's kind of a red flag there. So I obviously go to the front of the vehicle, I open the hood. I don't know a thing about that. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I'm not a mechanic. I don't even pretend to know anything about it. I'm lucky that I can put like oil, check the oil. That's what I can do. Gas up my vehicle and check the oil. That's pretty much all I can do. So I checked the oil, perfectly fine. I looked, and you're looking for something so simple that you'd be like, oh, it's an on and off button, and it's clicked on off right now. All I have to do is click on, something simple like that. Like you see a wire that's supposed to be connected to the battery. That's what I was hoping for. That's what my dad was hoping for. Not the case. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna call CAA. So I call CAA. They're there in about half an hour. Really good. They were there in 2 seconds. Like literal, half an hour is not that bad when you're waiting outside of town for a tow. And then I had the option of bringing it back home to my personal mechanic or bringing it over to where my girlfriend lives. And so I could spend a few days, because I was supposed to spend a few days with her. I'm like, bring it over to her place. If I'm covered for that distance, yeah, go all the way there. So the guy shows up, my driver shows up, and I look at him, and he's got kind of like, he's got his arm kind of like this, like packed around, and then his left hand, or his right hand, sorry. And I wonder, like what the heck is this guy doing? Like, he's fooling around. And then I noticed that, no, he's not hiding his arm or inside his jacket. He has no left arm. It's gone. There's a stub there, that's it. Okay. And then he starts like but putting the chains around every wheel of the vehicle and getting it onto the thing. And I'm like, after 2 wheels and he still has another 2 to go, I'm like, I feel really bad right now, because he's going around there with one arm and just like doing everything. And I'm like, okay, I gotta ask him, you know, do you need some help? And he's like, no, I'm almost done here. I'm just glad that I made it here before the rain showed up. And as soon as he said that, it starts dripping a little bit. I'm like, oh God. Anyway, he got it all fixed up, and I got into the van to drive up the ramp. So it felt like I was on a roller coaster, because he was pulling me with the chain, because the vehicle wouldn't start, and I just had to kind of steer. It was weird. It felt like I was going on some, you know, in Jurassic Park, the first movie, when where the raptor is, he's like in this cage, and he pushes himself back, and the entire cage moves. I don't know. It felt kind of like that. How I don't know. It just reminded me of that for whatever reason. And then, really nice guy. He talked the entire way, which was nice because it wasn't awkward. You kind of get that with drivers most of the time. Super nice guy. He bought me a Timmy's coffee. Like, how can you not thank a guy and appreciate him for that? So just a really good time. And then I get to the Canadian Tire. Canadian Tire is like just the general place that everybody brings their vehicle. I would prefer bringing it to my personal mechanic because I trust him. But anyway, brought it there. And then I found out that a connecting rod had gone right through the engine. Just done. Engine's done. So I was like, it's an 11-year-old vehicle. I am not going to get a new engine and, you know, spend thousands of dollars for that. No, I'm going to scrap it. So I scrapped it, and I ended up buying a new vehicle, a Hyundai Elantra 2013, my first new vehicle ever. And that obviously took some time, you know, picking what car I wanted, testing out a bunch of different vehicles, getting all the paperwork, and it's all in my name. I'm quite happy with it. And that's my little story for why I've been so busy in the last little while. So I hope you enjoyed it. Here is my weight. Alright, are you all ready for this? I have no idea how much I actually weigh. 3.5 pounds. Oh my goodness, good job, Kyle. And you've all been bearded in. Thanks for watching. Beardage!